if you're watching the presentation on the recording, welcome. We've got people on from all over the world anticipating some exciting updates, and we have a absolutely jammed pack update coming to you guys. And before I hand over, we've actually got 3 VIP guest speakers for today. And I'm going to be going through and giving you the actual date for the marketing campaign to start, going to give you the date for the actual PPM listing to happen. But before we do that, actually, let me push up the presentation so you can just visually see what we will be covering today. And then I just want to, take us back to where we've come from. So today we will be covering the Panda app 2.0, the updates for where that is and where we're about to go with it, the 3 VIP speakers. We're going to talk about the Panda Blitz marketing date and also the PPM token listing on Pancake. But, before we just get into that, I just want to let you guys know that we're extremely proud of where we are with this project. I remember Albert and I sitting down looking and talking about how we were going to bring this project to market back in July last year. Of course, we bought out the beta app. We've had over 550,000 people download the app. We've now built a brand new app with the highest military grade encryption, which is now on the Google Play Store. People are downloading it, using it. They're excited about it. And literally in the next 24 to 48 hours, you'll see it in the Play Store for Apple as well. And, during that time, the people who have helped us during this beta phase have been handsomely rewarded with PPM tokens for downloading a free app and sharing that free app with their friends. And that's been a pioneering phase, and the people who have earned tokens during that time have earned rewards, which for some of people are going to be in the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, during the shutdown time, it's been longer than we've expected. It's been a number of weeks transitioning from the beta app to the 2.0. And during that time, we have continued every 30 minutes to reward those people who have built a Panda Pal circle. Now, you guys don't see those rewards right now, but as you upload the new app, you're going to start to see the wallet sinking over the coming days, and you're going to see rewards that you have earned during the last few weeks where you've absolutely done nothing. And to me, that's really mind-blowing. And I don't mean to toot our own horn here, but could you imagine during the pandemic that you were a frequent flyer of a airline that was your favorite, and you had frequent flyer points every time you flew on that airline? And could you imagine that airline had been grounded because of COVID for 2 years? But could you imagine that airline kept paying you frequent flyer rewards every single day that airline was grounded through things that were totally outside of their control? And could you imagine that airline continued to pay you frequent flyer rewards, not only for the days that you were grounded, but for all of your friends that you had introduced to that airline? And could you imagine that those rewards, you didn't have to wait and just use them on flights if you wanted to fly and when you could fly? In fact, those become worth real dollars that you could spend on anything you wanted in your entire life, because that's exactly what we've done over the past few weeks during the time that we've been moving from the beta app to the 2.0 new version. Is we've continued to pay these rewards every 30 minutes for those of you who were with us and helped us to actually test this beta version of the app. So that's exactly what we've done. And I want to say thank you to all of you. And I tell you what, where we are and where we've come to is nowhere near as exciting as where we are going and where we will be in the coming days, weeks, months, and years to come. So with that, I want to just show you guys, I guess, where we are, and then hand over to our first guest speaker for today. So where we are is very exciting. We've actually started out the token pre-sale at 10 cents, sold through the 10 million tokens to take it to $1. We extended the pre-sale. We're now at $1.19. And over 87, almost 88,000 people have pre-registered on the Punk Panda farm, which is now a brand new website. Most of you guys have seen it. We're extremely proud of it. You're going to get to see a bit more about it on today's call. And you know what? During that time when we launched the token at 10 cents, Bitcoin was at $62,000. So those people who have believed in this project, they've believed in us, are going to be rewarded extremely handsomely. So with that, I want to hand over to our first VIP speaker, Mr. Craig Tortellini. Tortellini, he is based out of the US. He is an advisor for one of the largest growing crypto exchanges in the world, crypto.com. So Crypto Craig, with that, would love to, not hand over to you. We're going to hand to Josh first, who we actually met Craig through Josh. Now we've given him the name Jedi Josh. Josh was brought to us through Craig, and he was positioned as one of the top 5 people in the crypto space when it comes to DeFi. And we said, listen, we haven't listed a token on an exchange before, so we want to make sure we do this right. We want to make sure people are excited about this token when we actually launch it. And so with that, I want to hand over to Josh. Josh, if you could tell us where things are at with the Punk Panda farm, some things you've been working on with the marketing team, because we're about to hit the marketing Panda Blitz next week. We're going to tell you those dates in a second. So with that, Josh, do we have you on the call?
Yep. Can you guys hear me?
Actually, you're muted, Josh. You'll need to unmute.
Let me, can you guys hear me now?
Still can't hear you.
Yeah, we can hear him.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute.
We can hear you.
Oh, it was you. Okay, great. Just making sure.
Yeah, we can
hey,
hear
everybody, welcome to the call. It's wonderful to be here connecting with you guys. I've got the chance to work on the Punk Panda project for the past couple of months. It's been super, super exciting. There's not many projects that I've worked with that have such an exciting brand and community behind it. Actually, when I first came across the community, I was stunned because of the user base that, we've built here. To have hundreds of thousands of community members behind any project or any brand in such a small amount of time really speaks to how impactful and compelling the story is of this brand and this project and everything that's going to be taking place here. So I'm just wildly impressed, and I can only say wonderful things about the project so far in the time that I've gotten to work with it. I want to show everyone on this call a little bit about what we've been building. We've been a little bit quiet about some of the things that have been coming out. We've been getting a lot of the marketing coordinated and a lot of the development in place so that when we do this market launch, there's just a massive success with regard to, how we're received by, the people that necessarily aren't, familiar with the project, but that the opportunity for those who have been here and a part of this community so far are going to reap a massive reward for being here and being a part of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you all for a little bit here, just to kind of cover, some of the really exciting things that we've been doing. Let me go ahead and share here. I want to make sure, can everybody see my screen?
Yes, mate. Looks great.
Awesome. Wonderful. So for those of you who have not been on the Punk Panda Farm site in a little while, this is the new and improved Punk Panda 2.0 site. It has a bunch of really awesome features that we're going to be releasing at the IDO. For those of you who are familiar with it, I'm going to be giving you a sneak peek teaser into some of the things that are going to be released as features when we release with the IDO. What you'll notice is that with the new Punk Panda Farm, you're going to be able to buy tokens. So you're going to be able to buy your PPM. And what's really cool is you're also going to be able to stake your PPM using DeFi. So with DeFi, you're going to be able to use your MetaMask wallet. It's a little bit different than the back office. It's perhaps a little bit complicated initially, but it's just something new. And we're going to create a lot of educational content through the marketing to make sure that if you're relatively new to crypto, you have a very smooth gateway into getting familiar with this topic, and that, it's not going to be a very intimidating process. You're going to be able to reap the rewards, even if you're not necessarily an expert. So going into it a little bit, here's a sneak peek at the interface that you're going to be able to use. So what's really cool about the site is that you don't have to go to any other exchange. We actually will host the trading platform for you right here. You can swap. You can also stake. Now, I'm going to give you guys kind of a little bit of you look into the back end. The staking is going to have tens of thousands of dollars in rewards per day, right? So it's going to be a really big opportunity for those who arrive there first. The longer you stake, the more rewards you get. You can harvest your rewards whenever you want to. And if you choose to farm, which is a little bit different than staking, As opposed to staking, farming is when you provide liquidity for the project so that others can trade. There's an even greater rate of rewards. So whereas staking has about a rate of rewards of 10,000 ppm per day, farming will have about 50,000 ppm per day. So you want to be in there and have as much ppm staking or as much liquidity staking at that time, and then stake it as long as you can so you can get the most out of the rewards. We even have a native dashboard where you're going to be able to see all your different rewards on there. And then on top of that, we even made a how-to guide, right? So I understand a lot of folks are new to crypto. We want to make sure that if, this is your first experience, it's a really great process for you, that you don't have anything that's, necessarily outside of the range of what you can, achieve. We want to create a really, really good user interface. And some of the other stuff on here, the animations, the interactions that you can do with the site, it's just a completely fresh new look that makes a wonderful first impression. I absolutely love this site. I'm obsessed with it. It's practically my homepage on my browser. Everyone I show it to is out of this world excited about it, and it's for a good reason. This site looks awesome. We've got animated pandas that are floating around. You've got glittering stars in the background. You got an awesome roadmap, a really good product suite for the project. So overall, we're really proud of what we've done here, and we haven't talked too much about it because we've just had our head down working on it. The other big thing that we've been working on recently is the marketing push. So we're currently contracted with one of the biggest marketing agencies in crypto to make sure that all this exciting news that we have is distributed through every platform, whether it be Reddit, whether it's Quora, whether it's Twitter. We're going to make sure that we try to make this go as viral as possible and that everybody hears about Punk Panda. So that's a little bit about the marketing. We're going to be pushing a lot more internal posts through our Instagram and our Twitter. So just keep posted on that. The more that we can get this message out, the better effect it's going to have and the more success that the project's going to have overall. For those of you who have a lot of PPM right now, this is going to be a really awesome ride, right? Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Craig. Craig was introduced here briefly by Marcus. Craig is one of the most connected individuals in the space. I've had the privilege of working with Craig for the past few years. I can't say enough good things about him. Craig is, an expert on the space, an expert in the industry, and a phenomenal advisor. So I'll give Craig a chance to speak on the project.
Hey, man, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you clicking on. You mind just unsharing the screen for a sec so it doesn't pin us? Thank you. All right, can you see me? All right, hey, everybody. Welcome, Des. Thank you so much. I appreciate you going through it. We're fortunate enough in our company to work with a lot of different crypto projects, and we have, not to toot anyone's horn, we have some major hedge funds building sites. None of them look this damn good. I was so excited when Josh showed me the designs that first came through because it was very exciting. It's clean. It's like the pandas look so amazing. They're so detailed. And so I think it just refired everybody up. So to everyone's patience who's been waiting for us to do some stuff behind the scenes, I really appreciate it. I appreciate having us on, joining tonight, and letting us do what we need to do to really make this a success. There's so much that goes in to building a crypto project, and it needs to be staged out. It needs to be one step after the other. But what's really interesting in crypto is it kind of is like the early days of like .com, right? Where you could ride the momentum. You could literally just have an idea and hype and a good salesperson and then go sell out and hope to actually build the project later. And if not to, hate on anything in the industry whatsoever, I'm a holder myself in full transparency, but like Cardano is a good example. Been building for 4 or 5 years on a lot of promises and hypes and barely have even like a working product that does anything. So when I was told about this, I was like, okay, first of all, I don't really need another messaging app. Like I'm not interested. Then when I heard it was a free app that you could receive crypto for just sharing a free app, I was like, okay, I'm interested. But when I heard that they had a working product that I could use right now and message people back and forth on using, a service similar to what I was using anyway, but now be rewarded for sharing this, I was like very fired up. So called Cliff right away, who you guys will meet soon. And I was jacked up. That's a really noble cause in crypto, really in technology today, to have a working product and then to go actually have a token and raise money and build projects around it and reward those for sharing this working product. Like I would say 99% of crypto projects don't actually have a working product. They raise money and go build it later. And so I got to commend the team on doing that. It's something that's really exciting and noble, like I said. So I'm very excited to be here. I think that these are pretty important times right now. So I think it's not too hard to talk about the Patriot pitch, right? The Patriot pitch to me is, hey, the dollar's not doing well. They printed 80% of all U.S. dollars if you're from the United States in the last 2 years. We don't all need to be economists to know that that's not a good thing. So what are people doing? They're turning to crypto. They're trying to get into new industries. They're trying to get into exciting spaces. They're trying to move into assets that they at least believe can appreciate. And so I think we've all realized that crypto has crossed that chasm, and things like Bitcoin have broken the mold for us to move into that space. But without, Bitcoin's great as a storage of value. What about the new technologies that are being built where people can be rewarded for growing them while we're getting away from big data and Google and everyone selling all of your information? Like, this is an app that doesn't sell your information. This company is not going to make money by sharing any of your private information. Your texting will be secured. Your video messaging will be secured. Like, that's an amazing thing, because I think everyone's very worried about privacy today, and rightfully so. So I love the fact that this is all there working, and it's now a matter of days before we do it. So as soon as the app goes live, Marcus is going to do a good job just giving you guys the dates on the rollout. Then we have the marketing kicking in. I've already seen the test campaigns for the marketing, like channels like from Reddit to Quora and different, Instagram posts and things like that, which you guys will be able to share. That's going to be unbelievable. And that will lead right into the IDO, which is the token going live. So Josh showed you a little bit about the staking and how to provide liquidity and farm and stuff like that. If you're confused by that, don't be. We're going to have plenty of education on that, from videos and how-tos on how to do it. Just understand that it's not hard. It's just different. It's just new. We're going to be doing giveaways where you can enter different contests. If you like us and follow us on certain platforms, and you buy some PPM token, and maybe you're a crypto degenerate like myself, and you wear Bitcoin T-shirts every day and hang pictures of apes in your apartment, maybe you want to join us and get in on some of this. There's going to be all kind of giveaways as you check these boxes through our marketing firm who tracks it all, and we're going to be giving away $25,000 of PPM right on the front end, just to kind of invigorate the entire group and get everyone going. So what I really want to share with you guys and what's exciting is that Josh, I've been in crypto for 7 years. Josh has been since he was born. It seems like, I don't know how, but he's amazing. Like I said, we have all these awesome ideas and awesome projects that we want to bring to market. But at the end of the day, he's not a marketer. At the end of the day, I'm not good with branding and design. That's really not my strength. We have people that do it, but we have all these awesome ideas that we've been waiting for a great brand to get behind that we can go then deploy. So the messaging app and all the stuff that we have coming with all the great things that Marcus and Albert have put together, that's just phase one. The NFT stuff that we'll get into probably on a later call that's coming is something that we just didn't have a cool enough brand to get behind. Now we do, and there's going to be so many exciting rollouts that come through this that are going to be not only opportunities for you to make money, but opportunities for you to share for free and make money, and then to get involved in different investments if you so see fit for yourself that, according to the space, you seem to do pretty well. But there's a certain power behind having a huge community around what you're doing. What happens now, like with an NFT project, for example, they would die to have 10,000 people on a Telegram. They would die to have 20,000 Instagram followers. They would do anything to have a Discord that was already moving and that already had some engagement and questions and answers and people engaging every single day. We already have all that. And I've watched a project try to do that with just NFTs. Don't have any of this working product, and it's sold out literally in 13 minutes. That's what happens when you have the power of community behind things. So I think we have all these things coming in a very, very quick way. And I'll let Marcus lay out the dates for that. But I'm just really excited to be here. I appreciate everyone trusting in the fact that we could build all this stuff. It is not easy to build smart contracts and deploy a token that literally pays and rewards every 30 minutes and can just do this into your wallet that's rolling out into a token. And all this stuff is taken care of. So I really appreciate you guys letting us take care of all that and trusting in your visionaries and the guys that run this company to let us do so. And so now really is the time to get to work. So for this, I would say this is an opportunity that, just coming from the marketing space and the networking side, it's very, very broken. I was fortunate enough to get a call from Cliff to tell me about this opportunity, who I'll introduce you to in a second. But I have some huge earners, friends in the industry that I've kind of stepped away from because I didn't like where it was going. I really believe that Amazon has destroyed product network marketing, especially in the United States, and really changed the game. Not necessarily destroyed it, but definitely changed it. It's made it a lot harder. What people want now is a side gig that they can build online that will scale, that if it's free, God bless, but it's also involved in crypto, but not in a way that you need to like go invest in crypto and that's the only way that you could get involved, but in a way that you could share and be rewarded in crypto for free just for using an app that you would use anyway because you like it. That's damn cool, and that's something that people get excited about. And, you know, I see someone talking about Amazon FBA. Yeah, things shift very, very fast. This is a lot different where you can share a free app and be rewarded to do so. So I think a lot of people are looking for this. We have entire companies that are calling us, literally looking to like take their entire organizations that are in a product company and give them access to something digital. They've been dying for something digital that they can really give to their communities. And now on top of that, Punk Panda is more than that. It's also a way for their communities to engage and communicate with each other as an added tool. So the reason I say what the time is now is because this is going to happen relatively quickly. Over the next month is really the time to work. As soon as the app goes live, especially in the iOS store, is the time to start sharing. Why not start sharing a free app, start using it, start playing with it, start learning the basics of crypto, reading the FAQs, and follow the education that we put out. Educate yourself, educate your friends. Let's start sharing it and do something big. And I don't see a way, especially now that we have crypto.com and the interest that they're giving. I mean, my buddy, I'm very fortunate enough to work with crypto.com. He literally runs North America for crypto.com. And we talk about some of the biggest projects you can imagine. I don't even have to bring it up. At the end of every call, he goes, hey, so what's going on with that Punk Panda? And he gets fired up. He gets excited. And so that's awesome that we have looks from an interest from major exchanges, maybe the fastest growing exchange in the world, which is only going to bring more benefit to all PPM holders and everybody else here that's taking a look at this, getting excited, whether it's for the first time or you've been waiting for a little bit for this to launch is great. But just know that it's all been done in a very chess-like manner, very strategic, and it's time to grow and share. And as soon as this IDO goes live, there's so much opportunity. I don't know if you heard some of the numbers that he actually mentioned, but I mean, talking about $10,000, $15,000 a day in rewards just for staking, $50,000 a day in rewards for providing liquidity so people can trade. So don't worry, we'll teach you the education on this and we'll have some great tools coming out. Just get a teaser of what Josh showed you on that site, what's possible, what's coming, and get excited and understand that you really have a working product behind you that day one you can sign up for and message people and start using the services that they have right away. And that is step one on the 10 of a very clear roadmap that's coming for you guys to go share. So I hope that fires you guys up a little bit, gets you excited, but more importantly, lets you see that there is an opportunity for somebody who has not been in crypto, or maybe has been in crypto and looking for an opportunity to be able to share a free app. It's kind of a backdoor way into learning about the necessary skills that you'll need to go out and buy any token. I love crypto, not just Punk Panda. This will teach you the skills you need to go buy a token. Like we said, it's not hard, it's just new. But these are very, very useful skills that will take you into the fastest growing space in the world and serve you right in the future. And so thank you guys so much for letting me be your chief visionary officer, the strategic officer, for putting these things together and for bringing together a great team such as Josh and the guys at the Headless. And it really means a lot. I really see a bright future for everyone on this call and for the friends that you're about to text about it through the app. So with that said, I'm actually going to kick it over to the guy. When I talked about how networking's a little broken and they're looking for an opportunity, well, this is kind of like the guy that he lives literally in leverage. Like this guy's been making money. He's only 23 now, which you'll see, but he was 22 at the time when he started a network. But he's been having success for 20 years in networking. And when he called me, I had to take the call because I respect the guy so much. Again, wasn't interested in an app. I didn't care about the messaging service. As soon as I heard it was for free and you could get rewarded in crypto, I'm like, hey, I'm in. What do we have to do? And when we saw what could be put together here, we got very excited. So Cliff, thank you so much for calling me and letting us be a part of this and allowing our team to really do what I think needs to be done to help the visionaries of the project take it to the next level. I'm going to kick it over to God knows where he is because he's traveling all day long and just going all over the world, living his leveraged life. But Cliff Braun, if you could share maybe some of the people that you're talking to and the vision you see for people who are looking for a type of digital service that they can scale with, that'd be great.
Hey man, how's it going? I had to unmute myself.
Well, good. What's up, man?
So good. Great to hear your voice, and I'm excited about the project. And God, Craig is so humble, and so is Josh. I mean, they're such big-time people in the crypto space. So, my kudos back to you guys and Marcus and Albert for having the vision to start this whole thing. A little background on myself. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 19, back when it was taboo. It was like, dude, when I dropped out of college, people were like, oh my God, you're going to be a janitor. And now it's the cool thing to do, right? Especially with crypto. So I've always been an entrepreneur, and I've made money selling products online. Crypto came out 9 years ago, 11 years ago, I think. And I got really into it about 8 or 9 years ago. And I've been mining, trading, now I work with a lot of crypto exchanges, and a lot of stuff comes across my desk, and I'm just like, pass, like everybody else. No. And I was in Utah, God, what is this, 4 months ago, and, semi-retired, and I got a text message from a friend of mine who's worth, I don't know, $300-400 million. And he's like, Punk Panda, it's the coolest thing ever. And he kind of gave me like a 30-second text message pitch about it. And I just fell in love with the philosophy of the whole privacy aspect. I didn't even know there was really like a money-making part attached to it. And so I texted, I don't know, laying there on the couch, maybe 500 people. But I signed up 176 people the first day. By the second day, it was like 500 people. And I was just like, I just fell in love with the whole, nobody likes Big Brother. Nobody likes somebody looking over their shoulder. Like, none of us on this call are doing anything wrong, but none of us like someone standing over your shoulder watching every text message. I mean, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, they save every voice note, every text message. You delete it, doesn't matter. They still got it. And it's just nobody likes that. So number one, and most importantly for me, I fell in love with the philosophy of the whole project. I just thought, oh man, that's the coolest thing ever. Because I'm just like you guys. I was like, oh God, who needs another texting app? Like, there's got to be something really different. And I got the privilege to talk to Josh, who I met through Craig. And I've known Craig forever. Great guy. But I met Josh through Craig. And I was asking Josh, how secure really is SHA-256? And so, of course, he gives me like his super intelligent, genius, nerdy answer. He's like, it's 1 to the 258th power. I'm like, Craig, what does that mean? And Craig's like, it means there's like a 1 in 33 billion chance that somebody could get your text message. It's basically impossible. It was developed by the CIA. And I thought, oh my God, that's so cool. So you've got that, right? Which I'd be in, honestly, just for that. But then you add the fact that you get paid in crypto. Like, so many people have tried this before and failed, where they're like, oh, we're going to build a social media platform. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. But like, nobody ever had all the pieces together like Punk Panda does with the crypto wallet. And I mean, I'm in a different country every week. I've been to 70 countries. Every country I go to, people ask me, what do you do? And I say, I work for an app that's kind of like WhatsApp, but it's better. It's free. It's more private, and they pay you in crypto. And that's literally my entire presentation. And everybody's like, oh my God, sign me up. How do I do it? So I'm totally in love with the project. I've got a huge amount of respect, obviously for Craig and for Josh and for Marcus and for Albert. And, this is the number one thing on my plate right now. I mean, I do a lot of different things, and this is my number one project, my number one focus. It's what gets me up in the morning. It's what keeps me up at night. I mean, it's the thing that I'm most passionate about, most excited about. And so I can't say enough good things about Punk Panda. I think we truly are going to be the biggest thing in the world. I've called all my big dog friends, right? When you're passionate about something, you call all your big dog friends. So it's like, I called Craig, I called my friend Brian, and, he invested a bunch of money. So, I mean, whether it's like web development or programming, or whether it's money, or whether it's new users, or whether it's people from the corporate side, like whatever I can do to help with the project, I'm all about it. I'm 100% in. And I can honestly say this is the most exciting project I've ever been involved with. And that's saying a lot, because I've had a lot of successful projects over the past 25 years, but nothing resonates with me more than the philosophy behind Punk Panda and the ability. I mean, you think about, I lived in Africa for 4 years. I lived in China for 4 years, Luxembourg for 2 years, Colombia for 8 years. I mean, I've lived all over the world. And what resonates with people most is the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And if you can have a great product and a great service that can help the masses, you've all heard the saying, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get everything you want. This is a way you could actually do it by promoting a product for free. I mean, it's the freaking coolest thing ever. So I've already made 100 Punk Panda t-shirts. I'm passing them out at the gym. I'm passing them out at restaurants. I mean, I'm so into it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much longer. I'm sure Marcus is going to wrap it up, or Albert. Albert's a freaking genius. Marcus is very smart also. Marcus is like the more calm, kind of conservative, and Albert's super passionate, but they make such a great combo. They're like yin and yang. I mean, I just love both those guys. So I'm almost not sure who I'm introducing next. I'm guessing maybe it's Marcus, but I love you guys. You're the best. And I'm really proud and thankful to be involved with this project.
Fantastic. Cliff, thanks so much for sharing. Also, Craig and Josh. I mean, in some ways, I can't even believe where we are right now, because, if you're going to start a company that's going to do what we've already done and going to do what we are going to do, you normally go out and you get a whole bunch of investors and you get money, and then you use some of that money to go and get some of the best people in the world to help you to launch this company. And we didn't do any of that. We just kind of pushed out this project that we had and the idea that we had. And everybody you've just heard from and all of the investors that have come in have come after we've actually started to push the idea into the market. People have come to us because they love the concept. They love the idea. They want to be a part of it. And we're just so grateful to have attracted these incredible people like Cliff and like Jedi Josh and Crypto Craig and some incredible investors we've had behind the scene, and this amazing community that's 500,000 strong and growing every single day. So, one of the early advisors we had out of the UK, he said to me, and I said, Albert and I, we like to get things done. I like to say we're not impatient. We just hate waiting. All right. And this person kept saying, Marcus, if you're going to put something together that's really, really big and really, really special, people will never remember how fast you did it. They'll just remember how well you did it. And this has been the challenging times we've had these last few weeks in waiting to move from the beta app to the Bentley 2.0, because certain things need to be done in the right sequence. It's like putting the PIN number in your phone. You can have the right 4 numbers, but if you put them in the wrong sequence, you're not going to get the result that you're looking for. And so the 3 things that need to be done in the right sequence that have been holding us back are, number 1, we need to have the app in both app stores, okay? Because the second thing we can do is then we can push out our marketing campaign. It does not make sense to push out a marketing campaign to hundreds of thousands of people, and the first thing they do is go and try and download an app which is not in the app store. All right, so we need the app in the app store. We can then hit our marketing campaign, and then we can list the token. You know what? We could list the token before the marketing campaign, but nobody will know about it. We could list the token before the app is in the app store, but hey, we want to be a company that actually delivers before we give promises. So let me give you an update about where we are right now. And part of this sequence that's so important to us is because of where Albert and I sat before we even brought this message to the world. Albert and I refused to get involved in a project where people could get hurt financially. All right. And we refused to get involved in a project where people could be taken advantage of. And we will never compromise on that. If that means that you get frustrated and some things are a little bit later and a little bit more delayed, so be it, because we will not bend on our values and our principles of people getting hurt and people getting taken advantage of. Now, a lot of people are going to be talking about, why is your security and privacy any better or any different than these other companies? And that's important, right? Cliff talked about the military grade encryption that we have. Now, that's one level of trust that you need to have in a company if you're using a private messaging app. Can people intercept your messages? No, they can't do that. But guess what? Most of the other apps out there that do have good quality encryption, yes, you can trust their encryption, but guess what? They have all of your messages, all of your images, all of your videos, all of your data. Now, you need to trust that they're not going to misuse that information. Are they selling it? And most of them are selling that information because that's their business model. We do not take your information. We don't have the ability to look at your messages, to look at your images, to look at your videos, to listen in your conversations. We don't need that ability because that's not our business model. We don't need that information to make money. All right. So it's not just about the encryption. It's about the company itself. What are they doing with your information? And what if they actually get hacked? And then people can take the information and then it's out there in the world. All right. So let me give you an update on where we are with the app. I spoke to our techs today. The app is in the Google Play Store. In the last 24 hours, we've had 58,000 people actively download and use the app. All right. Now, we had an issue with people who were trying to sign in or sign up for the Android version of the app. And that issue was because Firebase, which is who Google works with to sync the contacts in your phone, we had whitelisted the app in 3 countries, the USA, Canada, and India. So anybody outside of those countries who was trying to sign in or sign up was experiencing OTP issues or coming up with a message saying that your device has been blocked. That has since been rectified. We've now whitelisted the app in 177 countries, so that is no longer an issue. Out of those 177 countries, we already in the last 24 hours have people in 60 countries who have downloaded and are effectively using the new app on the Android version. We have full Google Analytics. We can see exactly what's happening with the app and as far as user success. One thing that will take some time is the PPM token balance in the wallet. All right, so that will take a number of days to sync because you'll have your original balance that was in the beta app. You'll also have additional tokens you've been earning every 30 minutes during this transitionary period. So that will take a few days for that wallet to sync up. On top of that, with the new app, we have disabled the unstake button, and that unstake button in the wallet will remain disabled until the token is listed on the Pancake Swap so that there can't be any issues with people by mistake unstaking their tokens and then missing rewards for the next 48 hours. The iOS has been fully approved. We've submitted the final version that were being requested 4 or 5 days ago. We actually thought it might have even been in the Apple Store by the time we did this call. The techs estimate that because it's not there, within the next 24 hours, we should see it, but that's not something we can control. So what we've decided to do, and I'm just going to push up the PowerPoint to close out the presentation to tell you the roadmap going forward over the coming days and coming weeks. We've decided that the marketing blitz is going to kick off on Monday, the 25th of April, which is next Monday. And we will do a solid 2 weeks of marketing campaign to create the awareness around the PPM token so that when we do list on Pancake, that there are people sitting there slobbering at the mouth, just waiting to buy this token, which is backed by this incredible community. We'll do 2 weeks of marketing and we will list the token on Saturday, the 14th of May, USA time. So the countdown is on. We're going to put a live countdown on the website, the Punk Panda Farm, and you'll be able to see the countdown to listing. So the countdown is on. The contract address will not be given until we list the token, and we will be listing this token with a fully functional Panda app 2.0 in the Google Play Store, in the iOS Store, working, and we'll go back to growing at 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 people a day like we were before we shut down the Panda app prior to this transition. And of course, we'll then turn our jets and our guns onto the Panda 11 sports fantasy app because we know that's going to be a huge utility case for people to use these tokens while we're waiting for our other services to come through, like the Panda Meet and also the Panda Post. So with that, I'm going to round it out. Albert, I might throw back to you as the CEO for any closing remarks. Thank you to everybody for your patience. I could not be more excited, and we are so close to switching this baby onto full jets that if you sneeze, you'll knock us over the edge. So Albert, over to you to close out, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to sit here and I just want to pinch myself. Because if you would have told me on June 27th, when we were just looking at this on paper, that this is where we would be on April 20th, I would have taken it every single day of the week and twice on Sundays and 3 times on Monday. We've come a long way since this idea was just a concept. Like Marcus said, we're not going to sacrifice values to take shortcuts just to make a few people happy. And I've always asked people to do this. When you're evaluating a project and it's a crypto project, take the crypto out of it. And if the crypto is taken out of it and you can replace it with fiat, and that business model makes sense, you've probably stumbled into a very good crypto project because you're not being based upon the token price going up to actually create a profit for yourself. Well, when you ask yourself that question about Punk Panda, you can obviously see that our business model is to generate real revenue with real products that people use every day. We're also very non-threatening, as Craig had mentioned, we're very non-threatening to all the other broken MLM companies out there that are looking, due to pandemics and due to just bad decisions and things like that, that we're an extra add-on for them and a benefit for them. So we have many people lined up as soon as this version 2. And I would highly recommend everybody go out there as soon as we hit the iOS and just flood your organization with as many people as you can, because if you don't, somebody else is going to grab them. The other reason that I want to pinch myself, it's no longer a theory. We have a business model that's completely different than all the other messaging apps, so I'm going to cover that. But the other thing that we wanted to achieve is to give a kid in Nigeria a smartphone, to give a mother in India, a mother of 3, single in India, a smartphone. And for them to be able to go out and never invest one penny and to be able to create generational wealth that would change the future of all their families. We've done it. It's no longer a theory. And for that, I will always stand here very proud that Marcus is my partner. Our values line up very well. He covers my weaknesses. He has no weaknesses, so I have nothing to cover for him. And to think of all these great partners, I mean, we have so much appreciation that Jedi Josh is doing the Punk Panda Farm for us, that Craig and his association with Crypto.com, and the things that might be coming out here very soon with that, which would just take away from this phone call how exciting it's been. And to have the likes of Cliff, who's been a master trainer for so many different companies, to have all these people on board, the likes of Frank and Pete and TW, it's mind-blowing. We probably, in the network marketing categories, whether it's crypto or products, you've heard me say this before, we probably have 20 of the top 100 people in the world, and they are ready to set this on fire. So with that, we've run long enough. Love everybody. This is probably the greatest community that's ever been put together. I hope you find that. If not, then we're not the right community for you. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your support. Mark, just kick it back to you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Albert. We're just going to open up the lines. Everyone can say good night. And from anywhere, wherever you are in the Punk Panda world, thanks to all the speakers. Thanks for everybody to coming on. And literally in the next couple of days, you're going to start to see the app coming out. You're going to use it, share it, and own it. Thanks very much. Panda out.